وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. When he realizes that Allah Azza wa Jal on the day of judgment is going to accept from them only al-Islam, nothing else. So when you have such conviction, we want this conviction from the heart to emanate from, the mouth, from the tongue. That's why someone who wants to embrace Islam, we tell them to say the Shahada. That's why they bear witness, saying that when they have actually accepted Islam, it's for the first time at least they say that Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. If you're not quite talking about the translation that is happening from the heart to the mouth, and it's not emanating from the tongue, however much conviction you have in the heart, is this conviction, this burning faith, if you want to call it so, would not be of any significance, would not have any value. Allah Azza wa Jal talks about it in the Quran. Yeah, we'll talk about that inshallah ta'ala a little while later. So right now, the very firm belief without the verbalization is not going to yield anything, is not going to take us anywhere. Because this kind of firm, belief, conviction, also Abu Talib had. If you look at the poetry Abu Talib made, and also if you look at how he died, especially on his deathbed when he was breathing for the last, on one hand, you had the Prophet ﷺ sitting and constantly telling him to say the kalima at least once so that he could argue or at least, put the case in front of Allah Azza wa Jal that not only did my uncle help me in the religion, also he was on the same religion when he died. But, courtesy Abu Jahl and Abdullah ibn Abi Umayyah, he says, no, I do not want to, accept the religion of Islam because these two constantly kept pushing him. And these two constantly said something that Satan actually says to a lot of us. Atuslim wa tadharu dina abik wa dina abai abik. So, these are the lines uttered by also Abu Jahl when the Prophet ﷺ was seated right next to Abu Talib. And Abu Talib did not utter the kalima even once. When you, like I was talking about the poetry, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ بِأَنَّ دِينَ مُحَمَّدٍ مِنْ خَيْرِ أَدْيَانِ الْبَرِيَّةِ دِينًا لولا الملامة أو حذار مسبة لوجدتني سمحا بذاك مبينا. This is what he said, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُ, I know for a fact, my heart knows it for a fact, بأن دين محمد, that the religion of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, min khayri adyan al-bariyya dina. I mean, as a religion, this is the best religion on the face of the earth, he said. And then he says, لولا الملامة أو حذار مسبة. If it was not for the people to curse me or to accuse me that I accepted the religion of my own nephew, then I would have actually made announcement and لوجدتني سمحا بذلك بذاك مبينا. You would have found me accepting the religion of Islam, which is absolutely manifest. So the point here is that while Abu Talib had 100% conviction, yeah, because the lines, the couplet he says clearly mentions it, clearly says so. There's no doubt about it. He had that solid 100% conviction, but he could not verbalize the conviction from his mouth. He could not say La ilaha illallah even once, which is why, to the Jews and the Christians and other people who are not Muslims, what does Allah say to them in Surah Al-Baqarah? قُولُوا آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْنَا وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ وَالْأَسْبَاطِ. So the first part of the ayah is very significant here. قُولُوا آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ. If you believe from the bottom of your heart that there is, this thing that you believe that only Allah Azza wa Jal is the creator, sustainer, and cherisher of the entire universe. He alone needs to be worshipped. Then why don't you verbalize it? Why don't you say it, is what Allah Azza wa Jal says.